All right. This edition of MBC News, according to my opinions, um, I was really hyped up to do this video all day, and now that I actually have an opportunity to do it, I'm not so hyped up about it. And why I'm not so hyped up about it is because what I'm gonna say, no one's gonna get, or if they get it, they're gonna pretend they don't get it. So I guess it was this biggest story because we all know that the biggest story is not what's happening to the dollar, the U.S. dollar, not what's going on with Russia and China, not what's going on in every hood and across America. The biggest story, the most important story, is some chick claiming to be black, really was white, and I'm gonna just present a different perspective on it. See, I look at it like this. I find it hilarious that people get upset, or people are upset, that this white woman pretended to be black or African American or biracial or whatever it was. She pretended to be all this to take a job that your average black person probably didn't want anyways. And from some of the articles that I've read, and some of them say different things, it's like all over the place, which leads me to believe that this is just a distraction. And I would say, what is the government doing? Because why all of a sudden is this story? We went from a pool party to someone claiming to be a race that they're not. Which isn't the first time. You have white people who said, "Oh, I got 0.1% Native American in me, so that makes me Native American." No, it doesn't. But that's neither here nor there. What I really want to attack is I want to attack the black outrage, or pseudo black outrage, about this whole situation, as if the NAACP wasn't founded by like a whole bunch of white people, which I don't know if people know that. Like, black people didn't just get together and say, "Hey, we're gonna form this group for advancement of colored people." It was a bunch of white people. You can Google it. They give you all the names. I actually posted it on my Facebook page. So the fact that you have a white woman or pretending to be black, it's not too far fetched if you look at the origins of the group. But I want to attack something that's really in my craw, that's really in my wheelhouse. And I just find it hilarious that people are upset that this woman apparently tried to make herself look black, or whatever the case may be. And all I want to say is, well, if what she did was a problem, then why isn't what black women do with weave and perm and making themselves look non-black? Why is that acceptable, but what she did is not acceptable? Now I understand what you're probably saying. Oh, it's apples and oranges. She took a position at the NAACP, and they're just doing it for a hairstyle. Well, no, not really, because the NAACP also has something they call an image award. So, your she gave off a image that was not true. Black women give off an image that is not true. So therefore, it is the same thing, because she made her hair and her complexion look black. Black women wear, and please understand, it's not all. I'm not saying it's all. It's majority though. Okay, go drive around any neighborhood, any ghetto, any whatever. You will see long, just silky flowing, just flowing to the ground hair. That's not black women's natural hair state. There's no way that their hair would grow like that unless they put them in dreads, where it would just grow long down like that. Now, she pretended to be a black woman. I've always said when you put in blonde hair and burgundy and all these weird colors, not your texture, aren't you trying to give off the image of something that you're not? I it's this is why I said I was hyped up to do it, but where I'm going to go with it is going to be very intellectual and it's going to be very analytical because one has to say if a black woman can take white women's hair or hair that resembles white women, okay? Whatever you want to call it, Brazilian, Indian, whatever. It ain't black, okay? They can take that, put that crap in their hair. The only thing, and you've even have some that bleach their skin, okay? Like Beyonce looks mixed now. When she first came on the scene, she was a few shades lighter than me. Now she's 10 shades lighter than me. So, and you know, she puts all this blonde crap in her hair. So, what is the image that she's trying to give off? All I'm saying is stop being hypocritical, black folks. You get so upset because a white woman might have a big butt. Or, like, when white dudes try to emulate black dudes, we don't be all up on social media upset because a white dude is trying to act black. Like, we have enough confidence in ourselves. We just laugh it off. Like, hey, whatever. Dude's trying to, trying to kick game. We don't take that stuff serious. We don't take it to heart like that. Now, there may be some simps who do. I don't. I don't care. Actually, this whole story doesn't even bother me. I find it kind of hilarious. But we need to really analyze this and say, and also, I'm seeing what the American media and social media is doing to black folks because they're doing the same thing that what black women do every day, which is look non-black. The only difference is she was trying to look non-white. She basically, essentially, has disowned or separated herself from her parents, so they're estranged. And so she always wanted to, from what I've read, wanted to attribute herself to being African American, so quote unquote. So why is it that people get upset, black folks get upset when people want to be black, but black people's not upset that people don't want to be black? That black people don't want to be black. Black people, especially black women, will go around and spend hundreds of dollars on their hair to look non-black. I don't see a bunch of black women walking around with afros or cornrows or and without extensions or so. That just does not happen anymore. I don't see it, and it saddens me because my son's gonna grow up, never know what a black woman is supposed to look like, because too busy wearing wigs, perms, hot combs, weaves, all this stuff just so they can look non-black. I'm not saying you don't want to make your hair where it's combable or something like that, but to just have this long flowing hair hat, it's just sickening to me that you put someone else's hair in your head. I'm not a fan of perm. I'm not a fan of it by no stretch, but it's slightly more understandable than putting someone else's hair on your head. I don't care if you have special chemicals and sprays to clean it. It's just disgusting to me. But this woman put on a head wrap to be black, to play the part of being black. Black women put hair wraps on their head because they perm ain't done or they weave ain't done. That's the difference. And that's the sad difference. You had someone who was trying to be black, and you got black people who are black who's dying to not be black. That's what's sad. That's what's really going on. And the American media is making fools out of all of us, out of the whole entire race, because, and I'm including black men, because black men will readily accept a woman with wearing all this bull crap in her hair, be totally cool with it. There's kind of a tide changer where most men are starting to speak out against it, but for a long time we tolerated this crap, and said nothing. So now black folks are all up in arms because this woman claimed NAACP position and wasn't pretended to be black so she could get the job. Well, ain't you changing the texture of your hair so you can get a job? Because this is always the excuse I hear, especially when I start commenting in these forums. The first thing to, oh, well, we can't have black hairstyles in the office in the corporate world. So when you change your texture of your hair, aren't you giving off a false image so you can get a job? You can't. You can't be mad at somebody. They did what they did to try to get a job. Black people acting like there was black folks, male or female, lining up to take this job. I didn't even know that the state of Washington had an NAACP chapter. I didn't think it was that many black folks there that they needed something like that. But, it's not like a bunch of black folks was lining up to get that position. So I just find it all hilarious that people are just all upset and pissed off about it. You should be happy someone wants to be black, because I know a whole community of women who don't want to be and will try to sleep with a light-skinned dude to get a baby with nice hair. And that's the sick mentality that most black men who are loyal to, I don't know, necessarily saying loyal is the right word, but who care about their people. We have to deal with people like this who don't like the way they look, who want to change the way they look. But then want to be upset at a white woman trying to be black. It's a weird dynamic. It's a weird dynamic. It's a very strange dynamic that when people try to be black, people get upset, but no one's upset the fact that black people don't want to be black. Someone should be really outraged about that, but it won't, and I'm sure most people won't get the point I'm trying to make, or if, like I said, they get it, they pretend they don't get it. But this is just stupid. It's not even newsworthy, because there's just more important things that we as a race, as a group of people, as a nation of people, we need to worry about more important stuff than a white woman from Montana who lives in Washington wanting to be black. There's bigger pressing issues than this. But I just wanted to give my opinion on it from a different vantage point of how the American media just made all black people hypocrites. Because we can sit here and accept black women trying to not look black, but we have a problem with a non-black person trying to look black. Which is more offensive? Someone who's already black, who's trying not to look black, or someone who isn't black trying to look black? Let that sink in.